Hello everyone, this is Franchise by Nguyễn Phi Vân providing official, multilateral and international information on franchising. Today I'm going to tell you another story. I have a lot of stories going around the world, helping people to promote their franchise businesses. So today is a story about Turkey. Turkey is a very far country, right? A lot of people don't know about Turkey. I used to work for an Australian company, and we do have our franchise business in Turkey. Before I actually joined the company, the business was very good in Turkey. However, there is one small problem with Turkey, which is the model, the franchise model that they have in Turkey is totally different from Australia, right? In Australia, the coffee company has a very compact and more delivery and takeaway model. But in Turkey, because people love eating, so the model in Turkey is basically a huge store with a kitchen at the back, and they provide a large menu of dishes for their customers, and they do very good businesses. When I joined the company, there was another new team looking after Turkey at that time, who actually fly to Turkey, look at the concept and say, wow, look at that. The concept is totally different from us in Australia. It's too different. So it's not a copy and paste thing. So they decide to sit down with the master franchisee in Turkey and say, basically, your model is so different from Australia. You're very far away from the model that we have. Therefore, we think that you need to gradually migrate back to the concept that we have in Australia. So basically, cutting down on all the kitchen, the eating menu, the food menu, and go back to the delivery and takeaway model that we have in Australia. You know what? They did that, and even though the master franchisee in Turkey didn't really like it, they had to conform to the franchisor, and their businesses went down big time in Turkey. After that, they have a big problem between Australia and Turkey, between the franchisor and the master franchisee. The relationship went really sour, and therefore it creates a lot of problems for the franchisor. I was basically put in the task force to basically make it right in Turkey. So my project, my special project in the company was red market management. Basically, all the markets that are turning sour, turning red, losing money, I have to be the project person to actually make it right. So I flew to Turkey and I met with a master franchisee, and we had a really heart-to-heart talk, because in franchising it's about how we collaborate with each other to make it a success. So you really have to sit down and talk to the master franchisee. So I did that, and I learned that their model in Turkey was basically right, because the country is very different, the market is very different, the consumers, their demand is very different, right? So I actually flew back to Australia and sit down with the team in Australia, especially the executive management team, and we basically talked about it, and I basically told them that, we have a concept in Australia which is very successful. However, when you move into new markets, the consumers are different, their behaviors are different, their demand is different. So we have to do one thing. We have to adapt to the local market. We have to customize to the local market. As long as our soul, our basic concept is still there. We're still about coffee. We're still about the coffee hero. But when you move into different markets and the demand is different, then you have to adapt your model so that you can be successful in the local market. So basically, the moral of the story is, when you move you can have a very successful franchise model in your market, but your market is your market. Right? When you want to internationalize, when you want to go global, when you want to move to different markets, the first thing you have to do is to learn about that market, learn about consumer behavior, learn about how to be successful, so that you can adjust your model, you adjust your approach, you adjust your menu, so that you can cater to the demand of the consumers in that particular market. And that means that probably around 30, 40, or 50% of your core franchise model is still there, but the rest of the 50% needs to be adaptation to the local market. This is a story just to tell us that, we can't be very rigid in our approach in franchising. We have to understand what it is that cannot be negotiable and what it is that we need to work with the local master franchisee to build a successful franchising model. So with that story, I would like to share with you so that, the local people here in Vietnam, all the brand owners who would like to go global, have an idea about being able to create a very flexible foundation for your brand. The essence of your brand can be 30-40%, and the rest you can adapt to the local market so that you can be successful all over the world. Thank you so much for watching.